Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Okay. Testing 1 2 3. Yeah. I think let me check my sound and see whether it's working. I think it should work. Let's see if I can. All right, I'm pulling this and see whether it works. It's my live stream anyway. I can't seem to find it on my channel. Oh, it's here. All right. Okay, I can hear myself. So yeah, so Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Brothers and sisters in Islam, welcome to my channel, The Muslim Apologist. I'm your host, MENJ. Yes, I know what the title says. It says live Q&A session. Join me and ask your questions live. But I might not be doing this. I'm sorry to disappoint you if you think it's about that. However, I might change my mind during the course of the live stream. So yeah, feel free to try and change my mind. Yeah, the reason why I might not be doing this is because I think I want to indulge in some me time later, and I want to continue watching my anime series, which I've been leaving, which I've left for the past 2-3 weeks. More specifically, One Piece. I'm actually at episode 1035 now, so I want to continue on. I want to push on to 1036 and onwards. Okay, the latest episode is I think 1117 or something like this. Yeah, it's really far off, but yeah. And if you have noticed, if you are familiar with my previous streams, you will notice that there's something new here that I've introduced. Basically, my camera angle. So right now, my camera is at the top of this. I can't say it's at the top of the screen, right? Because it's actually a third screen at the top. So it's actually at the top of the wall. Right, so I have actually 3 screens. So there's one screen number 1 is here. Sorry, screen number 1 is here. Screen number 2 is here, and screen number 3 is here. There's one at the top. So what I've done is that I've moved my camera. Since I've bought an extension USB, I've connected the extension and made the camera much more extended. Okay, excuse the pun. And I've moved it at the top of the third monitor, which is right here. So that is why the angle is now facing downwards, and now you can see the background, right, which is much wider now. It's something that I'm experimenting. So because I noticed that some famous influencers, like even Adin Ross, I think Sneeko in the past did this, and a few others, yeah, they have actually used this angle before. So I'm just trying it out and see whether it works for me, or otherwise I might use it for 1 or 2 streams before I come to a decision on whether I want to continue it this way or otherwise, right? So there's a brother in the comments. I'm going to share his screen, his comment. Walaikum salam warahmatullahi. I don't think I've seen you before, brother, but welcome to the channel, right? How are you doing, brother? Yes, I'm doing fine, alhamdulillah. Yes, I'm good, fine and well, I hope, inshallah. I hope you can see that I'm doing well, inshallah. Yeah, I mean, it has been a busy week for me. And actually a few days ago, I took MC from my workplace because I wasn't feeling well. I was a bit unwell, under the weather. So yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, sister. Sorry, I'm sorry. I got your gender wrong, sister. Oh, you are Sister Crazy Coffee Lady. Yeah, I know. I noticed that you have been very busy on other people's channels, being a moderator for their channel, mashallah. Yeah, I do admire your dedication and your commitment to moderating. I know it's not easy to do that, and alhamdulillah, good to see you, sister. I think this is probably your first appearance here. Mashallah, it's good to see you. There was this sister called I don't remember her name. She's a Pakistani as well, but I have not seen her for several months now. She was previously very active on Kof FF as well, but and I think I met her on Kof FF. She was on my stream in the comments. I mean, for several live streams, but unfortunately, that was several months ago. I think that was even last year, and then since then I have not seen her. I'm not sure. Probably she's preoccupied with work or something. I don't recall her. I don't recall her username at the moment. It's actually in the previous live streams. If one were to look it up, I think you can actually find her in the previous live stream. I actually shared her comments and I've actually interacted with her before. So maybe I'll do that again just to remember who she was. She kind of disappeared from YouTube, I think. But I hope she's doing well. And yeah, I'm glad to see you, Marshall. I'm good. It's good to see a sister on my channel, because it's not often that I see sisters on my channel, because because of the nature of my channel, which is apologetics, not dawah, by the way. Please don't confuse my channel with dawah, because I don't. My goal is not to convert people. My goal is not to make people come to Islam. My goal is to strengthen the iman of Muslims, existing Muslims, regardless whether they are reverts or born Muslims, and to refute allegations and lies against Islam. That is my only intention. But of course, my work can be, applied to da'wah as well. I mean, the material that I present here on my channel and elsewhere can be used as part of da'wah. So you could say that I'm a complementary form of it, but I myself don't consider myself to be a da'i. I don't want to be a da'i. I've never considered my work to be, or my intentions to be about making people or inviting people to come to Islam. Although you could say that in a way, I'm actually trying to convince people to consider Islam as their deen, which of course is what I can't lie and say this is not what I want, but it's not my main focus, or it's not my main goal. It's not something that that I'm focused, or I'm too committed on, or I'm too focused on, right? So yeah, I think so far you're the only person watching. So I think you're going to leave now anyway. Unfortunately, I have to go now. It's Fajr time. May Allah reward you for your work. Thank you, sister. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. I mean, it's fine if you want to leave. Go ahead. Don't let me stop you from doing Fajr. By the way, it's in Malaysia, it's about 2 hours since Fajr. Yeah. So sorry, 1 hour ago. Yeah, 1 hour plus ago from Fajr. So that is why I'm actually, because after Fajr just now I couldn't go back to sleep. So I thought to myself, why not come onto the channel, right? Why not make a live stream out of this? Oh, Yakuza Stylo. Walaikum salam. Ex-gangster number 2. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I know who you are, brother. Yeah, terima kasih kerana menyertai. Yeah. So anyways, before I continue this chit chat, cue in intro, right? So I'm going to play in my intro. Yeah, as usual, I'll play my intro. Yes, and I'm back, and yeah, so the live stream says live Q&A. Join me and ask your questions live, but I'm not really in the mood for doing that. I'm sorry, guys. Unless if you want to convince me to do otherwise, I guess I might change my mind if someone does that. But at the moment, that's off the table. Okay, because I just want some me time for myself. I've been committing myself to apologetics for the past 2 weeks, for the past 2 weekends. Okay, 2 weeks ago I had a debate against Dog Logic and Apusi, okay, with Isa, and last week I had another debate against Matthew on Cough MF channel. So this week, I just want some me time to myself. I'm feeling a bit exhausted from all this. I mean, having 2 debates for 2 consecutive weeks is quite taxing actually on your stamina and mental health. Okay, I'm not a debater, a professional one. I mean, but yeah, I love debates. I like to get I like to get into discussions and dialogues. I consider these debates to be more like a discourse or a dialogue. Okay, but yeah, I mean sometimes these debates can get nasty. But I think the one that I had against God Logic and Apusi almost went into that direction, but you know, I held back. If you actually watch the debate, you will find that I actually held back most of the time because of my debate partner. I couldn't go all gung ho on the two of them because of the partnership that I had with Isa, and I already had a kind of a gentleman's agreement with Isa that I would not go too gung ho on the two of them, so I didn't. So that is why you might find some. I think some people mentioned that I was a bit muted and I wasn't as aggressive as I usually am in that debate, but there was a reason for it. All right. Tertunggu juga debat Kristian dengan Islam. Actually ada debate dah debat dah 2 minggu lepas. Nanti boleh tengok nantilah. Di dalam bahasa Inggeris lah. Ya. Yeah. Nak cakap bahasa orang putih atau Malaysia? Up to you. I can speak both. So boleh tulis dalam bahasa Melayu atau you can speak in English. Right? It's up to you. I will respond regardless. Right? So but most of the live stream will be conducted in English because you know my audience is majority wise from English speaking nations, so I can't and you know we in Malaysia we do understand English, so it won't be fair on them if I were to speak Malay most of the time, be it Bahasa Melayu most of the time, and leave them out. All right, so I need to speak in English, but if you want me to speak in Malay, just ask a question in Malay and I will respond in kind, right? Tetapi kalau boleh kita bercakap dalam bahasa Inggeris lah, sebab kita ada saudara kita daripada luar negara yang hanya tahu bahasa Inggeris, alright? So let's be fair to them. Let's conduct the majority of this live stream in English, right? That doesn't mean I wouldn't entertain you if you speak in Malay. Of course, I will respond to you in Malay, obviously, right? I mean, that's a no-brainer. Yeah, but please don't ask questions in Urdu or Arabic or Mandarin because I don't converse in these languages. Well, Mandarin, my Mandarin is starting to degrade, I think. I've been taking Mandarin lessons for the past 3-4 years now, but I had to stop it about a few months ago. And since then, I think my Mandarin has unfortunately degraded because I have stopped practicing it. So I'm starting to lose the nuances and the understanding of the language. Sadly, so. But actually, moving forward, I'm thinking that I might need to focus more on Arabic and on Hebrew because of the situation that I'm facing right now online, which is basically I'm facing Arabic speakers and I'm facing Hebrew speakers even, okay, or people who might abuse the Hebrew language for their own nefarious ends. And if you don't know Hebrew, that might be a problem, okay, or Arabic for that matter. So I think the focus has now shifted to, at least for me, the language focus has shifted to Arabic and Hebrew. Okay. I found a person online whom I think could be my potential Hebrew teacher. Ironically enough, he was the one who reached out to me. The topic wasn't about getting a teacher for Hebrew lessons, but he reached out to me after the debate I had with those two clowns on Modern Day Debate. Ironically enough, he said that he was impressed with my citation of Karaite, of a Karaite scholar, who criticized the worship of Metatron in Rabbinite Judaism. Okay, so that was why he reached out to me, and we had a good conversation. Okay. And then later on, I found out that this person, by the way, is currently living in Thailand. So I found out that he's an Israeli living in Thailand, by the way. So I found out later on that he actually teaches Hebrew for a living. So I asked him during one of our recent conversations on whether he was willing to teach me Hebrew, and he said yes, yeah, why not? So I'm seriously considering the idea of learning Hebrew, modern Hebrew. Of course, modern Hebrew is different from the classical biblical Hebrew. Okay, it's different. It's a different thing entirely. But however, I still want to learn modern Hebrew because of the situation that's currently happening in the Middle East. I mean, if we can understand the Sun Tzu's art of war, all right, I don't have to quote it, do I? So I think I should, I should take the opportunity to learn Hebrew because of the situation that's currently happening in the Middle East. At the same time, I can also recognize Hebrew characters which I've already forgotten. I did try to learn Hebrew 20 years ago, but I've forgotten most of the stuff that I've learned. So it's a good thing to refresh my memory again. And with that knowledge, I can actually apply it to classical biblical Hebrew. Yeah. And eventually I'll make because once you learn modern Hebrew, of course it's different from biblical Hebrew, but at least you have the basis to transition to classical Hebrew or biblical Hebrew, you see. Oh, I think brother, I think your name is Charlie, right, brother? Walaikum salam warahmatullah. MashaAllah. It's good to see you, brother. I think I haven't seen you in quite a while. I think you did come onto the channel once or twice. I think I've seen you with brother Harun. I think if you can correct me if I'm wrong. I think your name is Charlie, if I remember correctly. I'm sorry if I made a mistake in your name. Yeah, I think I have seen you. I have seen some of your videos. MashaAllah. You're doing good work. MashaAllah. Ah, okay, I got your name right. MashaAllah, brother Charlie. MashaAllah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm glad I still remember your name because sometimes I forget people's names. Unfortunately, I mean I do recognize the faces, but sometimes the name just escapes me. Okay, it's just me being me. All right. Unfortunately, I have so many things in my head, crammed in my head. You can see the books that I have, even those books that I have read. Most of them, I've read these books several times, and even then, some of the knowledge that I get from these books I've forgotten. So it just takes time for me to recall again. I guess it comes with age. I mean, back then, back in those days, I used to be able to remember the things that I read from the books that I read. But as we are getting older, I guess and life hits us real hard sometimes. It's just the things that we want to keep in our memory, we usually had to discard for something else more recent. So unfortunately, some of the things that I have read from these books that you see behind me, I just can't remember them anymore. So it just happens. Yes, yeah. I think I've seen you on Brother Farouz's channel. Sheikh Farouz, by the way. Yeah, he's a sheikh, by the way. He has studied in sorry, he hasn't gone to Syria, I think, but he has studied with a Syrian scholar or a Jordanian scholar. I don't remember. Yeah, but he did study Shafi'i fiqh. Yeah, so I consider him to be a sheikh. Yeah. Although he told me that he did not finish his ijazah, but I would say that he is scholarly inclined. He is Islamically trained. Yeah. So yeah, I know his real name is Michael, but he doesn't really use his real name often. So I just call him Sheikh Farouz. Yeah. I actually dropped him a short message, a WhatsApp message several days ago, but he hasn't replied to me. I don't know. Maybe he's busy with work. I know that he's in the education system. So, being an educator, being an official in the education system can be quite hectic. Yeah, because my mom was a teacher, so I kind of know how that works. So no matter which country you're from, I mean, my mom of course was a teacher in the Malaysian education system, but Sheikh Farouz being in the American education system, I would say that the problems would be similar. Okay, probably different issues, but similar problems. Okay, happens. Oh, Brother Omar. Walaikum salam warahmatullah. Brother Omar is actually one of my earliest live stream participants. I think Brother Omar appeared in one of my live streams before. I haven't forgotten that. By the way, brother, if you want to come on the live stream, I'm not sure if I want to invite people onto the live stream because I just wanted. Actually, the reason why I've activated the live stream, even though I don't really feel like bringing people on, is that I just wanted to say hi. I just wanted to see whether people still remember me. I just want to share the love across. Okay, I just want to tell people that I'm doing well, and that I have plans for the channel, of course. But yeah, those things will take time. Okay, at least for me, because I have a day job. I'm not doing apologetics full time. Unfortunately, I wish I could. I really wish that I can live stream all day and or release videos every day, at least once a day or something like this, and refute allegations against Islam. But unfortunately, I'm a one man show. Okay, although I do have assistance from another friend of mine or a partner who's working behind the scenes, but he's also busy with his own problems, life problems. Okay, so I don't want to disturb him too much with the channel. And yeah, so basically the team right now on my channel is basically me, myself, and I. So I'm doing everything. Okay, so even the thumbnails, if you noticed, for the past videos, for the past few videos at least, I've actually done those myself. What I've done is I've used AI to generate images and you know generate images and add in some tags and add my logo using Canva, and then voila, I have a YouTube thumbnail. Yeah, so but it's a bit crude in my opinion, because I think the thumbnails that I've done using AI cannot be compared with the ones that are custom made by humans, you see. However, because my friend is busy and I have no one else to do the thumbnails, and even if I did, I would need to actually fork out some money, and I'm running out of cash. Okay, because I've only joined the company that I'm working at for about 2 months now. This would be my second month, so I haven't gotten my pay yet for the second month. Okay, a previous company that I joined did not give me the latest month's salary. Okay, they totally cut me off from the last month, which was in July. By the way, I had to literally beg for money or borrow money from people in order to survive for the following month. Alhamdulillah, I managed to get this new job, and they paid me for last month. However, the amount is of course prorated because I joined like 2 weeks into the month for last month. So so I had to pay up for some debts that I couldn't pay in July. So of course, there's some shortage there, or some deviation there, because of the non-payment or salary that my previous company did not do. Okay, yeah, that's the problem. So right now, yeah, I'm just waiting for my salary, my second month, inshallah. And hopefully in the next few months, if this continues consistently, then I might be able to cover the costs that I incurred because of the non-payment that in July. Yeah. So yeah, so that's my story. Yeah. Okay, so Brother Omar, there's this YouTube channel called Minute Videos, and honestly, I get a little bothered by videos documenting the lives of so-called Muslims dealing with family issues, not accepting their gainers. I've never heard of this channel. Okay, are you familiar? No, I'm not, but I will check it out and I'll see what they are talking about. All right. So if you want, do you want me to refute anything in particular or address anything in particular from that channel? Do let me know. All right. Um, doesn't matter whether it's apologetics or whether it's about deviant Muslims, secular liberal Muslims. I will deal with those allegations, inshallah, because that's the point of my existence on YouTube, to respond to these lies and allegations about Islam. Yeah, regardless where it's coming from, whether it's from liberals, secularists, Christians, atheists, Hindus, even. Well, I try not to, bother with the Hindus, because I just don't feel like I want to deal with them, because Hindus are Hindus are a different brand of morons, okay, altogether. So So I just don't want to deal with it. But yeah, most of my material will be dealing with Christians and atheists. And yeah, I don't mind dealing with the secularist liberal Muslim once in a while. I've seen some videos floating on YouTube where those who claim to be Muslims are spreading their brand of filth. Okay, even Quranists, even I will deal with Quranists, those people who reject the Quran, sorry, reject the Hadith of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. I think those heterodox people, group of people are kind of kind of living in their own bubble. Okay, so they think that they're doing a service to Islam, but they're actually damaging the deen without realizing. Okay, I mean, how can anyone claim to follow the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and follow the Quran if you're going to deny the messenger and deny that the Prophet is basically the akhlak of the Prophet? This is in a hadith, famous Sahih hadith, where Aisha says that the living Quran is basically the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. The life of the Quran exemplified is the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So how are you going to draw ethics or morality from the Quran if you don't have, or you don't rely on the example of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam? Because if you just rely on the Quran alone, okay, like these idiots like to proclaim themselves to be doing, then basically you can do anything you want, or you can interpret however you want with the Quran, because that's what the Christians have been doing to the Quran. They've been abusing the text of the Quran by making or by applying Christology upon the Quran. And if you apply eisegesis upon the Quran, you can basically proclaim anything from the Quran. Okay, so you need to have someone, or you need to have a standard to explain the Quran. And who better can explain the Quran but the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam? So that is why, as a Sunni Muslim, I follow the hadith of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Yeah. And the Prophet himself said that during his last Hajj al-Wida, the Prophet said that hold on to these two things and you will not be lost forever, which is the Quran and my Sunnah. I mean, the message there is so clear, right? If you deny the Sunnah of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, then you are denying the Quran, and therefore you are denying Islam. Yeah. So I reject. I don't believe this Quran only people are doing a service for Islam. I think they are trying to damage the religion, and I disbelieve in their nonsense about their attacks against the Hadith, okay, and especially the Sunnah of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. I don't know what Sunnah they follow. Probably they follow the Sunnah of the Iblis, okay? Because I mean, if you claim to be Quran only and you deny the Sunnah of the Prophet, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever to me. At least to me, all right. I don't know about you, but I definitely would not want to follow a Hadith rejector, okay? Right. Okay, you're right about Hadith rejectors. They gather textual information, but they forget to use common sense. Yep, exactly. Okay. Tell them that Abu Huraira is awesome. I think one of the few people that they actually disparage is Abu Huraira radiallahu anh. You see, so yeah, they actually despise Abu Huraira radiallahu anh, and they also despise Bukhari rahimahullah, and Muslim, his student Muslim, Imam Muslim rahimahullah, who has compiled their hadith collections. Okay. And these idiots, these hadith rejectors, don't even understand the concept of isnad, okay, the chain of narration. They don't understand kitab al-rijal, okay. I think these idiots think that the way that Imam Bukhari and Imam Muslim collected the hadith is similar to how the Jews and Christians collected their stories, which is definitely false, because we have a standard called isnad, okay. The Christians and Jews do not have this, okay. And the narrations are not collected lightly. And in fact, we do tarjih, we do evaluation of the hadiths, okay, and we take a look at the matan. We take a look at the matan, but we don't take a look at the matan first. We take a look at the chain of narrations first. So if the chain of narration is solid, only then do we look at the matan. Yeah. But if the matan contradicts the Quran, of course, the chain will be defective. Most of the time, the chain will be defective. But let's say the chain is not defective and the matan sounds as though it contradicts the Quran, then yeah, we will do a re-evaluation and reinterpretation of that hadith in question. Because sometimes the hadiths are parables, you see. Because the Prophet sometimes use parables to explain a certain event or a certain understanding. And this is not strange, because if you look in the Old Testament and in the New Testament, in the Gospels even, Jesus himself used parables, and even the prophets of the old used parables. So yeah, it's consistent with the tradition of the Semitic culture. Okay, for example, there is this hadith where the Prophet said about the sun going under the throne of Allah, the Arash of Allah, and then the sun uh, uh, you know does sujud in front of God, and then it goes up again. I mean, the Prophet was talking about the cycle of the sun, right? The rotation of the sun. So of course, these things are metaphysical and parables. Okay, so you're not supposed to take it literally, and you're not supposed to assume that the sun is literally prostrating before God when it sets. So obviously, from a scientific point of view, the sun doesn't prostrate. But when the Prophet says that, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says that the sun prostrates, obviously it's not supposed to be taken literally. I mean, this is, of course, something metaphysical. You're not supposed to interpret it scientifically. This was an argument that Apusi did try to do against me. He didn't repeat it in the last debate, by the way, because he knew that I would just bash, I would expose his stupidity. Already done and dusted. So he knows that I've already refuted him on that. He didn't repeat that against me 2 weeks ago. Actually, almost all the arguments that I refuted during our first debate 2 years ago, he didn't repeat it again, except for the one involving Yahweh, which he did during the Q&A session. Yeah, towards the end of the Q&A session, which is well, if he wants to do it, he because he knows that if he goes into it during the debate itself, then I would definitely bash him and expose his stupidity. In fact, I had the books ready at the time to expose him on the idea that Yahweh is the name of God. Okay, I've already refuted that allegation, mashallah. Yeah, so yeah, Yahweh is not the name of the one true God. Yahweh is Satan. Okay, just to reiterate my position about the false god Yahweh. Okay, so Yahweh is not Elohim. Yahweh is not Allah. Yahweh is a pagan god, a Canaanite god, Canaanite idol that pre-existed even before the religion of Musa or Moses alayhi salam. Yeah, and I have made videos about this, so you can just take a look at that. I haven't actually done a full video on that aspect of scholarship, but I'm actually thinking of doing that. Actually, I wanted to do that several months ago, but work just got into the way. So let's see whether I can do it this year or the next. Perhaps I'll do it next year. Yeah, work is important for me. All right. So yeah. Brother Omar, I'm not buying any of the arguments. It's like they're trying way too hard. Yeah, of course. This anti-hadith people are just I don't know what to say. They're just idiots. Yeah. And then we have another idiot here. Who told you that you cannot take the bullshit BS in your religion literally? I think you are the one being a BS, all right? So if you don't know anything about our religion, then you should, read some books for once. Yeah. Try reading some of the books behind me, for example. That might actually change your perspective on religion in general. Yeah. You see, the difference between me and those who claim to know about religion is that I actually read books. Whereas those who claim that religion doesn't resolve your problems, that don't know shit. They don't know what they're talking about, or probably they are living in their mother's basement and without a care for the world and not understanding how the world works. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's my take on it. Yeah. if you actually have a question, maybe you can, ask your question, but I'm not sure if I want to bring anyone on at this time. By the way, the live stream has been running for about 15 minutes and there are 3 viewers watching this live stream. I thank you very much for coming on and watching me babble. Because honestly, I don't know if I want to bring anyone on, but yeah, if you want to ask any questions in the chat, yeah, feel free to do so, and I will try to answer your questions. If you have one, if you have a sane question to ask, then yeah, please by all means ask away. Okay, but I probably will not bring anyone on live because I just want to take a break from live streaming. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I'm still waiting for anyone to ask a sane question. Okay. To ask a sane question about anything in Islam. Okay, which is the point of this live stream anyways. Yeah. You feel free to ask in the chat. Okay. I'll give you a moment to ponder on your question because I need to recover from talking too much. My throat is getting sore. Okay, I think I still have a bit of this. my throat is parched. I think I really need some water after this. I really need some water after this. Okay, let's see. So Danny asked, or he's making a statement, in your religion, the host of this show, I guess you're talking about me, was explaining the BS a moment before. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't mention any BS. Maybe you're the one making BS. All right. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure I didn't say anything that would be considered as BS. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Or is he talking about this? Do you mean the sun prostrating? Yeah, it's supposed to interpret it metaphorically. Okay, it's a it's a metaphysical incident that has nothing whatsoever to do with scientific inquiry. Yeah, that's the nature of hadiths. Okay. Since this issue has been brought up, so I'm going to bring in the hadith sun prostrating hadith. Let me see if I can find the hadith in the sunnah. The sun prostrates under the throne. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, sun prostrate the throne. Okay, I found it. Okay, let me see if I can share the screen. Yeah, I think since this has been brought up, yeah, I mean, this was a favorite hadith of Apusi, but I managed to. I actually dealt with this in one of my videos. Yeah, yeah. So narrated Abu Dhar, I asked the Prophet ﷺ about the statement of Allah and the sun runs was for a term decree. Yeah, Quran chapter 36, verse 38. He said it's cause underneath Allah's throne. Yeah. So prostration of the sun, trees. In fact, the hadith is already this hadith is already being explained. The explanation is in the bracket. So this is actually the person who did the tarjih of this hadith. So he says, the commenter, prostration of sun, trees, stars mentioned in the Quran and hadith does not mean like our prostration, but it means that these objects are obedient to their creator and they obey for what they have been created for. So yeah, you're not supposed to interpret it physically. Okay, it's not supposed to be interpreted literally, even like how you expect the sun to go and do a sujood like this, then I think you are an idiot, because no one believes this, not even the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay, right? So this is supposed to be understood metaphysically. Okay, right? So yeah, so there's no BS there except for your own ignorance of the issue concerned. I think it's quite clear, right? It's quite clear that when you know when the hadiths say about God, sorry about God, sorry about that. When the hadiths say about God saying that the son prostrates to God, okay, then it means that sorry, the prophet said that God that the son prostrates to God. Sorry, I keep fumbling my words, my sentences. I don't know. Guess it's the early morning. It's the early morning buzz in my head, I guess. But anyway, you get what I mean. So if the son is prostrating to God below God's throne, it just means that this is a metaphysical event that it cannot be explained scientifically, and it's something that it's just can't be seen and can't be understood literally. That's pretty much it. Yeah. So in the hadith collections, you will find that there are a lot of these such hadiths. It's not just about the son prostrating; it's also about other things as well. Yeah. So, so the issue that atheists and even hadith rejectors use against Islam is to cite such hadiths and say, "Oh, look at your hadiths; it's wrong because it says that the son prostrates, even though we can see that the son does not prostrate." Okay, but you basically the answer to that is simple. You got the understanding wrong. Okay, you got the understanding wrong, and the hadith concern is definitely not talking about the son literally prostrating, like how or it's not supposed to be understood as how humans would prostrate to God. Okay, so that's pretty much the answer. Okay, yeah, and if you still think that a literal understanding needs to be forced upon the hadith, then I would say, please, your marbles are definitely going off the scale. Okay, so yeah, you really don't understand the hadith. Okay, and yeah, you are being an idiot basically. Okay, and I'm going to take offense to this idiot calling me a PDF. Okay, you asshole. So I'm going to ban you right on the spot. Bye-bye, asshole. Get lost. Scoot. Yeah. If you dare call me a pedophile again, you little bitch, I'm going to go and ban you right until kingdom come. Okay. Yeah, but I'm not Sam Shamoon. I'm not going to go and insult your mother or your father, or go and say that, or I'm not going to say that your mother slept with 40 Shia men, or or the things that the idiotic botak says. Okay. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, speaking of which, there was this video that dropped on Farid's channel, which I find really amusing, and I think I'm going to play it soon, inshallah. Okay. Yes, of course, it felt good as well. Once he crossed the line by calling me a PDF guy, pedophile, okay, little bastard called me a pedophile, so I banned him immediately. Okay, so if anyone dares to call me a pedophile, you might want to do it now, because then I can see your asshole selves appearing, and I can ban you with utmost pleasure. Okay, go ahead, come call me a pedophile again to the face, and I'm going to ban your ass. Okay, I'm not going to tolerate this sort of language, and I'm going to ban you with extreme prejudice. Okay, I've said it, right? Yeah. So let's go back to this jokers, these two jokers by the name of Sam Shamoon and Hassamo, the wife beater, and Christian Princess. Oh, I like the drama that's going on right now, man. The drama is amazing. It's so good to see Christians going at each other. Okay, oops. Wait, let me see if I can. Yeah, so this is the video, and let's play it and laugh at this idiot. Okay, let me see if I can change the. Oops. Let me set the screen. Yeah, I think I'll make this smaller. Okay, I want to laugh at this idiot.
All right. The Lord, he said, from their fruits you shall know them. And this man of fruit is obviously satanic. So don't be like, oh, I am a Catholic, I'm going to support the Pope. He is not your Pope. He is making poop on you. Just today, this filthy man, he made another poo-poo. I mean, I can't for you how many poo-poo he made already since he became so-called Pope. Obviously, he is a scam.
He's calling the Pope names. Okay, I before I continue, I would like to apologize to Catholics, okay, because I don't have any problems with the Pope being your Pope or whatever. Okay, I mean it's you do what you do, okay. I mean, if you want to believe in some guy who claims to be the vicar of Christ, and that he's following the apostolic order of Peter, then by all means, okay. I mean, it's not my problem, okay. So I'm not going to critique Christianity just because they have a Pope, okay. It's not part of my apologetics anyway. It doesn't matter whether they have a Pope or otherwise, okay. But yeah, I mean, I just find it funny that this guy is making such critiques when he himself, doesn't have anyone to follow, to rely on for faith or jurisprudence in Christianity, because Christianity does not have any. I mean, Protestant Christianity especially, they don't actually have an authority to determine who or what criteria can be made to do faith. When I say faith, I mean jurisprudence. They are a form of jurisprudence, okay. So one thing that I find about Protestant Christianity, evangelical Protestantism, is that they don't have any jurisprudence. They don't have any authority, or they don't have anyone who can make jurisprudential jurisprudential decisions on the behalf of the whole Protestant ummah, or the whole Protestant community. So they just make up rules as they go along. It's for evangelical Protestantism, I mean. Whereas for Eastern Orthodoxes and Catholics, I actually have more respect for them, because they actually follow someone, or they follow an authority which determines what laws they need to obey. Of course, these laws are of course made up. We don't, as a Muslim, of course, we reject those laws, but at least they do have some traditional laws, traditional Christian family values, and for that I do, to a certain degree, respect Catholics and Eastern Orthodox. Okay, so in that sense, all right, from that point of view. However, of course, it doesn't matter whether they are Protestants or Eastern Orthodoxes or Catholics. They are all wrong. Okay, they are all lost. They are all kafir, just to make it clear. All right. But yeah, so I'm going to continue playing this. I'm just laughing. If you find me laughing, it's not because I'm laughing at the Pope. I'm laughing at the stupidity of Christian
He is a
process.
fake. He is an intrusion. He's a Trojan horse inside the Catholic Church. Satan is putting his men within the church. And can be found in every church. Don't think only in the Catholic. I can show you false priests from the Protestant saying the same garbage. I can show you false priests from the Orthodox Church saying the same garbage. So the infestation of the devil is everywhere, and we have to be united as a Christians to fight it.
You mean united as Protestants to fight it? Because you just mentioned two of the largest groups in Christianity. Okay, so Protestantism is like I think less than 20% of the whole Christian body. Yeah, I could be wrong though. Maybe 30%. Yeah, but yeah, the majority of Christians in the world today are actually Catholics and Eastern Orthodox. Yeah, okay. So it's not Protestantism which is the majority. Yeah, I don't know whether this idiot CP realized this or not. Maybe he doesn't. But what do I know, right? Okay, anyway, Brother Omar has a question. Where was Abu Bakr during the splitting of the moon? I don't recall this part of the seerah. I think he was there when I think he was one of the witnesses of the splitting of the moon, if I'm not mistaken. But don't quote me on that. I think you're going to have to refer to the seerah and check it out. Okay, but I think from my personal readings, I think he was there. He was one of the witnesses. Yeah, he was one of the persons who saw the splitting of the moon, literally, with the Prophet, of course. Yeah. So yeah, I hope I answered your question. Yeah. So let's continue with this CP stupidity.
This mental idiot, satanic man, he just said today that all religion lead.
Did he just say all religious instead of saying all religions? It's really an idiot, man. This guy doesn't even know proper English. Okay, continue. Did Abu Bakr already accept Islam? Yeah, he did. He has already accepted Islam way before the event of the splitting of the moon. Of course, yeah. I mean, he was one of the earlier peoples to have accepted Islam. Yeah, the splitting of the moon happened, I think it happened about the third or fourth year of the prophethood. Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, but it was way after Abu Bakr accepted Islam. Okay, yeah, and I think it was even after, or it could be, I don't remember. I think it was after Umar accepted Islam. So yeah, so it happened way in the middle of prophethood in Mecca. Okay.
To God. All faiths lead to God. We know that this is absolutely false. And not only it is false, it is satanic. It is deceiving. It can take poor people, naive people, believe how shitty, filthy, scumbag this person is. And let me pray to the Lord to take your life to hell as soon as possible.
I think both of you will be joining each other anyway. Both of you are going to hell.
Maybe he will give you some disease and get rid of you. You are just a scumbag.
Just like you, CP. Please look in the mirror because you are also a scumbag. Both of you are actually.
All the verses in the Bible saying exactly the opposite of what this scumbag, politically correct person doing.
Yeah, I mean, basically you are also doing the same thing. So yeah. It's like I lost the words I've lost the words to describe this. Okay, but anyways.
Yesterday he wanna blast the homosexual. The day before it, etc. I mean, every day he have a new poo-poo. He's like a stripper. Wherever he go, he strip as the population want. So what this scumbag is talking about? You make me sick, you filthy bastard. You're Satan.
You are Satan too, okay? So is Satan calling himself Satan?
So I asked the Catholic to revolt against this filthy man and get rid of him. This is the spirit of the Antichrist. And you say to them, you filthy scumbag, that every faith lead to Jesus, it lead to God. That's it. So Buddhists, Hindus, etc., those who worship rats, cats, penises, you know, like in Japan.
This is the usual evangelical Christianity diatribe. So I'm going to just forward this BS and let's go to our botak fella here. Okay, I think let's continue to this. Yeah.
Expose me. Tell Christian Prince, don't act brave behind a screen, because I will annihilate him when it comes to the Bible. And you're a whore and a daughter and a son of Satan. Christian Prince can act brave behind a screen. When it comes to the Bible, I'll school him. He's a kid. You're a kid, CP. Stay in your lane before I have to then spank you.
I'm really enjoying this.
That's what we call a sneaky satanic way of bashing the Catholic Church.
Oh my God.
Because he'll tell you he loves Catholics, but he'll talk about idols. These statues are idols. He will then talk about popes and leaders. They're corrupt. And
oh my God,
so this is a sneaky satanic way, because I've caught on to it. Trying to not lose Catholics or Orthodox from supporting him, while bashing their churches, bashing their teachings, calling their statues idols, and then bashing ancient practices like confessing to the priest. But Saint Denis, because you're naive, you're falling for it. You're gullible. I've even had people reach out to me telling me, man, he's espousing modalism, and I've tried to be charitable. But you know what? When a guy is nasty and arrogant and attacks every Christian leader except himself, then you got to give him a taste of his own medicine. Eye for an eye. And answer full according to his father. Right? He's biblically illiterate. He's an ignoramus. He's a clown when it comes to the Bible. It's a fact.
You know all the things that this white beater is saying about CP is also applicable to him. Do you realize this? Do you realize that the things that he says about CP, all this name calling and cussing, can be equally applied to this botak, this white beater? Okay. Does Sam have kids? Yeah, unfortunately he does. He has 2 daughters. I think if I remember correctly. It's really I feel pity for the kids to have for his children to have a father like this little botak. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, he actually abandoned his kids. So yeah, so it doesn't matter anyway. Actually, I would say that the kids are better off. His children are better off without him. Okay, actually, it's a blessing. It's a blessing that his kids are or his children are separated from him. I think their mother took them. I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So yeah. In fact, the mother has a court order against this guy, this botak. So inshallah, Suma, let's hope, let's pray and hope that inshallah Sam Shamoon's daughters accept Islam, inshallah. And maybe, who knows, maybe his ex-wife, inshallah, and the new husband would accept Islam. Okay, would repent and accept Islam. Maybe there's hope for the rest of the family. Yeah, this botak obviously will be joining Abu Lahab and Abu Jahl. There's no question about it. Okay, sometimes I see some comments made by Muslims in the chat. So in the YouTube comments, whenever this botak appears on some Muslim channel, apologetics channels like mine, not just mine but also other Muslim channels, obviously like Farid's channel or EF Dawa or Dawa Wise or whatever, all these channels. Sometimes I see Muslims writing there, oh, may Sam accept Islam, may he repent and accept Islam, referring to this botak. Okay. But personally, I don't think there's any hope of salvation for him. I mean, I could be wrong. Who knows? Maybe he might accept Islam. But honestly, any logical thinking person could reflect. Would this person actually be a candidate to accept Islam? With his foul mouth and crude and disgusting behavior, uncivilized behavior like this, I wouldn't want to be associated with such an individual. And I don't think Islam needs such an individual to accept Islam anyway. But hey, that's just me. Okay, who knows? Maybe he would repent and accept Islam. I don't know. Yeah, but I personally, I wouldn't want him to be a Muslim. I personally would not want him to be a Muslim because I don't want this foul mouth person to come to Islam and represent Islam, man. Okay, I mean, I know I have a foul mouth too, but I don't stoop to his level, man. I mean, I do swear and I do curse people. I do cuss people. I admit it. Okay, I would freely admit to that, but I don't think my level of cussing would be as disgusting and as filthy as this botak, because this botak has many ways of disgusting descriptions of the people. Okay, so I wouldn't stoop to his level of insulting his parents or his grandfather or his ancestors or whatever. But this guy does this. Okay, in fact, there's this hadith by the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam who says that cursed be the person who insults the father of the one he's cursing. Yeah, you see, the Prophet himself says this. Okay, you're not supposed to. In fact, the Prophet promised hellfire for those who makes fun of other people's fathers' names. In fact, okay, there is this hadith. I don't recall the matan exactly, but this is the gist of it. Okay, so yeah, so if this guy is cursing and cussing other people's fathers and mothers and ancestors or whatever, then you can see where this guy is headed to, right? So yeah, like I said, I wouldn't want to be associated with him in any form, shape or form whatsoever. The reason why he's appearing on my channel now is just because I want to make fun of this idiot. Okay, yeah, so anyway, I think you get the point, so I'm not going to show his face anymore. Yeah, so this botak can leave my channel. Okay, let's see. Yeah, sure, better. But you see, the thing is, I don't think he considers himself to be a Kuwaiti anyway. So he was just born in Kuwait, yes, but he's not a Kuwaiti by any means. Okay, he doesn't even speak Arabic, man. He's not an Arabic speaker. Okay, so yeah, I mean, he's not. I don't think you can even call him an Arab anymore because he doesn't speak Arabic. So how could you call him an Arab? Maybe by blood he is connected to the Middle East, but he's definitely not an Arab by any stretch of the imagination possible. Okay, I feel bad for his neighbors. I think his neighbors are regretting being his neighbor, or maybe he doesn't have any neighbors. Who knows? I mean, you look at his house, man. It's so bare and empty. He doesn't have any friends coming to visit him or whatsoever. He's a lonely. I like the words to describe this guy. He's a lonely, isolated, a moron. Okay, for the lack of a better term, who's living in his. I don't think it's his mother's basement. I think he's just isolated away from civilization, and that is why he's behaving like a caveman. Yeah, living in his cave, behaving like a caveman with no manners, with no civilized adab, for the lack of a better word whatsoever. So that is why you get this idiot by the name of Hassamo Shamoun, the wife beater. Okay, I don't think he will have any neighbors anyway. The guy with a hammer would rather team up in 80s. I think they had a falling out because of their theological differences. Because Sam Shamoun or Hassamo, the white beater, decided to move towards Catholicism. Yeah. In the years that I first knew this, in the years where I unfortunately got to know this Botak, right? He was indeed an evangelical Protestant. However, during the last few years, he shifted towards Catholicism. I have no idea why, but he seems to think that kissing Mary's statue is something religious to do. Okay, so didn't change his foul mouth behavior though. So he thinks that kissing a statue is much more honorable, apparently, than to worship the one true God of Abraham. So yeah, so because of this, he had a falling out with the other guy who's also a self-confessed psychopath who once hit his father with a hammer, and that other guy has now teamed up with another psycho, okay, who claims to be an atheist or more recently an agnostic, but it seems that this so-called agnostic has Christian tendencies. Okay, in fact, we have on record his wife, the agnostic guy's wife, claiming to have converted to Christianity. So yeah, I think it won't be long before this Apusi decides to come out clean, to come out and declare that he's actually a Christian in disguise. So like I've said many times before, one of them is definitely a Christian pretending to be an atheist, and the other dude is definitely an atheist pretending to be a Christian. Yeah, so go figure which one I'm referring to, which ones I'm referring to. Doesn't have neighbors. Better yet, if he lives in an apartment, his landlord quit instead of evicting him. Yeah, I think he's living in an apartment isolated from the rest of the community. Yeah, even if there's neighbors, he probably doesn't mix around, and he's probably living. You can see that he's living alone, right? So I don't think he actually converses with his neighbors. He just sits in his kitchen and make long long hours videos attacking Islam. Okay, because he has nothing else to do. He has nothing better to do than to make videos attacking Islam, and that is basically his bread and butter. Yeah. Whereas for the rest of us normal folks, we actually go out to work. We go to office at 9 and we come back at 6. Hence why I'm not doing this full time. You see, unfortunately, I can't do it full time. I can't be sitting in my room, my beautiful caveman room, and make long hours videos, live streams all day, and not have a life apart from doing videos all day and critiquing Christianity or whatever religion there is out there. Yeah, I don't have the time to do this. I only do this when I have the time to do so. And even now, I'm going to end the stream very soon because I want to move on and do other things as well. I have better things to do than to, better things to do than to sit down here babbling all day about Islam and, or basically defending Islam and critiquing other religions and expecting people to give me money for it, because I don't do this for money, right? So it's not my full-time job. At least I wish it could be my full-time job, but I can't make it my full-time job as much as I want it to be for it to be my full-time job. Okay. Oh, we have a brother from Brunei. Assalamualaikum tuan. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullah. Yes. Okay. Thank you, brother. So jazakallah khairan for busting the absolute teachings of Christianity. Terima kasih tuan. So if you want to take a look at my videos, you will find that I have Malay videos, but di dalam bahasa Melayu dan juga di dalam bahasa Inggeris. You can actually look at my videos. I know that Bruneians have a high level of English compared to us Malaysians, most of us Malaysians. Please exclude me from that because I know that my English, alhamdulillah, it's decent enough. So yeah. So if you want to watch videos in Malay, you can do so. And if you want to watch videos in English, you can do so. So that's the advantage of being a bilingual, you see. Unlike the botak just now, the Hasamo who beats his wife, who was a wife beater, I can speak two languages. Okay, so I can speak Bahasa Melayu and I can speak English. Alhamdulillah. And I'm trying to look into improving my Arabic and possibly Hebrew. Mandarin, unfortunately, I'm going to have to put it on hold for now because of, commitments, real life commitments that, I'm facing right now. Okay. So, yeah. So this is, terima kasih, brother. Terima kasih. Selamat sejahtera kepada saudaraku daripada Brunei. Semoga sihat dan daya. Daulat Tuanku Brunei. Yeah. Daulat Tuanku Al-Sultan Brunei, who has, committed himself to Islam and exalting the deen, mashallah. Yeah, I do honor and salute the Sultan of Brunei. Well, compared to our Agong, who's I better not say anything more, otherwise I'll be arrested. Okay. I also feel bad for D Wood's cat. His cat must be like, please get me out of here, master is nothing. Does he have a cat? I don't even know whether he does. 8 Mile Road. So do you condemn the Dawa guys that do this full time and don't go to the office and come back late? I have not come across any Dawa guys, quote unquote, who does this full time. I don't see them doing live streams all day in their kitchen and bashing other religions and calling other people's moms or dad or fathers names or insulting their ancestors from goodness knows who to their wives even. I have not seen any Dawa guys who have done this. Okay, alhamdulillah for that, because I think Dawa guys have more manners than that Hasamo who beats his wife. Okay, who's a wife beater, who's a well-known wife beater and has a 5.5-inch pecker. Okay, it's on record that he said his pecker is only 5.5 inches. Okay, and yeah, he's also a certified wife beater there, and also a coward too as well. Like what I think brother Hijab actually mentioned this in one of his videos. Yeah, you can just go watch that. I don't have to elaborate. Yeah. Can you also refill Hananya Naftali? Unfortunately, I'm not a political spokesman, so I don't know if I should deal with anything he says because this guy is just he's just a IDF spokesman, isn't he? Or an Israeli, a Zionist spokesman, right? So I think I might deal with the points that he makes, but not directly. I don't think I should bother with that, right? Yeah, I don't think it's an issue anyway. Apa beza apologist dengan polemicist? So an apologist is someone who defends Islam, and a polemicist is someone who attacks another religion or critiques another religion by polemicizing or by making a polemic out of a certain issue of that said religion. Like for example, an apologist, they say I'm being an apologist. So let's say someone says that Aisha's okay, my throat is, I'm losing my voice. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's say someone says that the Prophet was a caravan robber. So that's a polemic, okay? So my response as an apologist is that, hey, please show me evidence that the Prophet ever robbed caravans or did anything which was out of the boundaries of the laws during those times. And then, of course, I'll give the justification on why the Prophet ordered his followers to raid these caravans, because these caravans were carrying the properties of the Muslims. Okay, the Muslims were the ones that were robbed in Mecca. So when the Muslims migrated to Medina, they were just reclaiming the properties that was stolen from them, robbed from them at Mecca, which this Quraysh had, robbed them off and were bringing them to other lands in order to sell them. So basically, the Muslims were trying to reclaim the things, the properties that these caravans are carrying. So how could you accuse the Muslims of being caravan robbers, or you're accusing the Prophet ﷺ of being a caravan robber, when all the Muslims were doing, or what the Prophet was doing basically, was to reclaim the properties that were taken away from them at Mecca? So that's the response. So that's me being an apologist. Now, me being an polemicist, please read Numbers 31, where he says that Moses ordered his men to rape, kill, murder all the people that was in Numbers 31. I don't remember the name of the tribe. I think it's the Midianites. And Moses told his men to sleep with the little girls and take them as their sex slaves. Okay. So please read Numbers 31. So tell me which is worse, Numbers 31 or the Prophet ordering his followers to reclaim the items that were robbed from them by the Quraysh at Makkah. So that's me being a polemicist. So that's the difference between an apologist and a polemicist. So basically, if you want to be an apologist, you need to be a polemicist as well. Man. That's how you defend apologist. So these two things, being an apologist and being a polemicist, is part of the whole sphere of being involved in apologetics. So we call it apologetics in general. So that's how I consider myself to be. Okay. Yeah, I don't bother going out, hey, come to Islam. Islam is such a beautiful religion. It is a beautiful religion. Please listen to me saying Islam does this, Islam teaches you to do this, Islam is this, Islam is that, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with other people doing that. But I'm not going to bother doing that because I don't believe in wasting my time trying to convince people to come to Islam. Because as far as I'm concerned, there are other people more qualified than me for the job. So let them do it, inshallah. My concern is more about responding to the lies that people make about Islam. Like, people say that the Prophet was this, the Prophet did that, the Prophet was this, Prophet was doing that. My job is to respond to these allegations. Halas. Okay? Very simple. Very simple. Do you condemn Muhammad for beating his wife inside Muslim? Please don't lie and make stupid allegations. Okay, the Prophet has never touched the hair of any of his wives. Yeah, so that's a lie. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I think he's just lying. Lying about the hadith. Yeah, there is this hadith where the Prophet, he not struck. He just pushed Aisha, and Aisha said, the Prophet just touched her. That's it. It wasn't beating. Okay, it's just a push. That's it. Okay, so he did not beat his wife. Okay, please don't make silly allegations about the Prophet ﷺ beating his wife, because that's not what happened. Okay, in fact, okay, I'm going to bring a hadith where the Prophet talks about treating your wives, how to treat your wife. Treat your wife. Let me see if I can find the hadith. Hadith. Let's see if I can find how to treat your wife in Islam. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of articles about that. Actually, I find it strange that these people make such stupid allegations about Islam when they don't even know what Islam teaches about treating your wives. Okay. So this is in Riyadus Solihin, number 7278. Let me see if I can bring it bigger. Oops. Okay. Yeah, okay, it's bigger. Okay. So Abu Hurairah radhiyallahu anhu reported, the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the believers who show the most perfect faith are those who have the best behavior, and the best of you are those who are best to their wives. Yeah, so there you go. Okay, and this is categorized by At-Tirmidhi as Sahih, which means authentic. Okay, so yeah, I think this one hadith is enough to destroy any lie about Islam. Okay, any lie about Islam which says that Islam teaches you to beat your wives. Okay. I mean, there's so many hadiths like this. Okay. Let's see if I can find another one. Yeah. Even there, he says there. Yeah. Let me see. There you go. Iyas bin Abdullah radhiyallahu anhu reported, Messenger of Allah said, do not beat Allah's bondswomen. Okay, meaning don't beat the women. Okay. When Umar came to the Messenger of Allah and complained, okay, Umar was complaining. Okay, the women have been very daring towards their husbands. He gave permission to beat them, meaning with a miswak. Okay. Then many women, after that happened, went to the family of the Messenger of Allah or his wives, complaining over their husbands beating them with the miswak. And then the Prophet ﷺ said, many women have gone around Muhammad's family, his wives, complaining of their husbands. Those who do so, that is, those who take to beating their wives, are not the best among you. Okay? You can see how the Prophet is reprimanding the Muslims, the Muslim men who have gone around beating their wives with, of course, when he says here beating, he means beating with a miswak. Okay? So if you do it excessively, then you are not the best among men. Okay, I mean, it's so clear here. How can you understand it otherwise? Okay, look at this. Those who do so, that is, those who take to beating their wives, are not the best among you. So those who beat their wives are not the best among people. Okay, so Sam Shamun beating his wife is not a trait that should be admired. It's a trait that should be condemned. Okay, all right. The hadith is so clear. All right, okay. The hadith is so clear in this sense. I mean, I don't know how to explain this unless you can't read English. Okay. Okay. And then okay, this hadith is about women. Okay, this is not related. Okay, I'm going to go back. Let's see if I can find any other hadith which talks about beating women, which obviously the Prophet has never encouraged. Okay. I mean, this is so clear, right? The believers who show the most perfect faith are those who have the best behavior. The best of you are those who are the best to their wives. I mean, what? How you want to be the best to your wives if you beat them? Yeah, there you go. Another one. There you go. Another hadith. Recommendations with regards to women. Even the title says. Muawiyah bin Haida radhiyallahu anhu reported, I asked the Messenger of Allah, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what right can any wife demand of her husband? He replied, you should give her food when you eat, clothe her when you clothe. These are reasonable things to do, obviously. Not strike her on her face. Not strike her on her face. And do not revile her or separate from her except in the house. See? Do you see how the Prophet ﷺ with such great manners and adab to his wife, to a wife? Okay. Did Shamu do this? No, he reviled his ex-wife. He called his ex-wife a Jezebel. Okay, it's on record that he name-called his wife and called her a whore and a Jezebel. Okay. Is that good behavior? No, that is from Satan, obviously. So no. Hasamo is the worst of men ever, okay, to walk this planet. Okay. And Islam tells us that Hasamo is the worst of violence of creatures ever. So so I think it's quite clear what the hadith is saying here. So yeah, then I refuted idiots who try to say or claim, who claim, who claim that the Prophet ﷺ beat women. No, I mean, I think you just contradicted yourself, or you're just making up stories. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm losing my voice again. It says it has been 1 hour and 34 minutes of me talking, okay, to the deaf. There's 6 viewers right now watching this live stream. Okay, thank you for watching this live stream because yeah, let me see. Muhammad curse an orphan girl is deaf from Satan. Nope, I've never come across such a hadith. Sorry, never. You need to bring the reference. If you're going to make up stories like that, then you're going to have to show evidence, right? Yeah, you can only. I think you are the one misreading hadith. Yeah. Okay, so Sahih Muslim 2603. Okay, fine. Let's humor you and look for it. Sahih Muslim 2603. Okay, let me see. What's this one? Yeah, I think this hadith again, this is misrepresented. You know, these poor people can't find anything against the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, so they have to make up stories. I think it's already explained in the hadith. I think, you know, these people have a problem with reading hadith, or maybe their minds are just mentally ill, because when I read this hadith, I don't see anything wrong with it. Okay, I mean, yeah. Anas bin Malik radiallahu anhu reported there was this orphan girl with Sulaim, who was the mother of Anas. Okay. Allah's Messenger Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam saw the orphan girl and said, "Oh, it is you. You have grown young. May you not advance in years." Actually, the Prophet was just was making a compliment of her. Okay, it's not a curse. Okay. That slave girl returned to Sulaim weeping. Sulaim said, "Oh, daughter, what's the matter with you?" So it is the slave girl who thought that the Prophet cursed her. Okay, she said, Allah's apostle Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam had invoked a curse upon me. Okay, you're not supposed to take this literally, man. That I should not grow in age, and thus I would never grow in age. I mean, if someone says, "May you not advance in age," is that a curse? I would love to not advance in age anyway. Please say that to me, man. And then he said to her, Sulaim, what is the matter with you? Sulaim went out wrapping her headdress hurriedly until she met Allah's Messenger, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He said to her, Sulaim, what's the matter with you? She said, Ya Rasulullah, you invoked a curse upon my orphan girl. He said, Sulaim, what is that? She said, the orphan girl, stated, you have cursed her. Okay, so it's the orphan girl's assumption that the Prophet cursed her. Assumption. Okay, that you may not grow in age or grow in life. Then Allah's Messenger Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam smiled, and then he said, Sulaim, don't you know that I've made this term with my Lord? And the term with my Lord is that I said to him, I am a human being and I am pleased, just as a human being is pleased, and I lose my temper just as a human being loses temper. So for any person from amongst my ummah whom I curse, not supposed to be taken literally, and he in no way deserves it, let it be, O Lord, be made a source of purification and purity and nearness to God on the day of resurrection. Yeah. So basically the Prophet was complimenting her. So I don't know, something wrong. What's wrong with this? If someone comes to me and said, may you not advance in years, I mean, I would love that, man. I would love to remain young. So I don't know why you would consider it to be something something of a curse. It's not a curse. It's a blessing. In fact, the Prophet said, Lord, be a source of purification and purity and nearness to God on the day of resurrection. There you go. That's what the Prophet is saying. Okay? So, where's the curse? There's no curse. Stop making stories, man. You are just going to be refuted again and again and again. Okay? Don't quote our sources without understanding what the sources say. Okay? I mean, I think these people who cite hadith, they don't even know how to read hadith. Yeah. Poor you, man. Shame on you, because you don't know how to read hadith. Okay, I think you are just one of those idiots who just come across an article and come across this hadith. You don't even read it from sunnah.com, I'm sure. You just read it from some anti-Islam article, or maybe you heard it from Hasamo, the white beater, and then you just repeat it online again and again. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I think you are a filth. Okay, you are a filth like your bastard apostle from Tarsus. Okay, yeah. So yeah, so even the bastard apostle from Tarsus doesn't know who his parents were. So he's a filthy man. Sorry, a filthy dog of Satan, and may Allah curse Paul, the bastard apostle from Tarsus, in the hellfire forever and ever. Okay, yeah. So there you go. Yeah, I mean, these people, they really don't have anything to say about the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. I think this guy, okay, go fuck up and get out from my channel forever. Fuck off, man. Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to listen to idiots who insult the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Right? Okay. Yeah. Shut up and fuck off. Yeah. So fuck you and fuck your false religion and fuck Paul, the bastard apostle of Tarsus. And this is as far as I would go, because I'm not going to go start cursing. I'm not going to go on a cursing match and insult your parents or your grandparents or your wife or whatever. Okay. I'm not interested in doing that. Totally not interested. But yeah, I will curse your false god. I will curse your false religion. I will curse the bastard apostle from Tarsus. And this bastard apostle from Tarsus is actually responsible for most of the behaviors of Christians today, who spread lies about Islam, because Paul, the bastard apostle, teaches his followers to lie for the glory of Christ. And you can actually find this in Philippians 1:18. Yeah. Let me pull up Philippians 1:18. Hang on. I think it's Philippians 1:18. I could be wrong though. Yeah, I found it. Yep, this is the verse. Yep. See, my memory serves me well. Let me put it. So you know why Christians love to lie, especially about the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam? Because for them it is a glory to do so. Okay, so look at Philippians chapter 1, verse 18. But what does it matter? This is Paul writing. The important thing is, in every way, whether from false motives or true, Christ is preached. And because of this, I rejoice. So, Paul is rejoicing over lying for Christ. Yes, and I will continue to rejoice. So there you go. So yeah, so this is the reason why Christians always lie about Islam and they lie about the Prophet, because they believe that through lying about Islam and through disparaging the Prophet, they will get the glory of Christ. See, this is what Paul taught them. You see, I'm not making this up, man. This is this is totally within Christianity. Okay, this is Paul writing. Okay, it's not even Jesus saying this. Okay, Jesus alayhi salam, no. Jesus never taught this, man. This is Paul. This is all Paul. Okay, Philippians chapter 1, verse 18. Okay, but what does it matter? I'm going to repeat it again. But what does it matter? The most important thing is, in every way, and this is the most important part of all, whether from false motives or true. So it doesn't matter whether it's true or false. Christ is preached. Yeah, preach Christ for the glory of Christ. And because of this, I rejoice. You see? So, I mean, it's quite straightforward. I don't even have to add on to this. Paul is saying this, not me. Okay. Yeah, I don't even have to make up this stuff, man. I mean, the lies that these Christians make about Islam. Oh, amazing, man, to see that these lies that they make up. So you see, like the idiot just now that I banned, he made up lies about the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Okay. So when I showed him the evidence that the Prophet did not teach wife beating, then he started to go off tangent and start talking about the cursing, because he knows that his lies were being countered by hadiths, which clearly shows that women or wives are supposed to be treated well. So he started talking about a slave girl, which, by the way, thought she was cursed, but actually the Prophet was saying that she was being blessed by the Prophet. Okay, and that it is a reward and a purification for them in the hereafter, right? In paradise. So the hadiths clearly say this, man. But this idiot doesn't know how to read hadith. Maybe he doesn't even know how to read English, and therefore, he takes the most foulest of interpretations. Because remember, the important thing is, in every way, and I'm citing Paul, whether from false motives or true, Christ is preached. Yeah, that's the only reason why they make up this sort of lies about Islam. Okay, so yeah, so I will not stoop to their level of making up lies about Christianity, because I don't think I need to. Okay, Christianity is already a false religion in itself. I don't have to do anything about it. All I need to do is just that, and everything crumbles. Yeah, like a domino. Yeah, Christianity is a falling house of dominoes. You see, so you need to do is just one tiny push like that, and everything crumbles. Yeah. So that's Christianity for you. Okay. So yeah. And what's your obsession with Aisha? Do you have a crush or something? Yeah. This polemicists, they always talk about Aisha, and they always try to diminish the value of Aisha in history, in the Sirah, and diminish the name of Aisha, sully the name of Aisha in our history, in our tradition. You see, so they always target Aisha radiallahu anha. And you know why they target Aisha radiallahu anha? Because most of the faith that we derive from are actually from Aisha radiallahu anha. You see, most of the hadiths that we have are reported by Aisha, a big body of it. In fact, most of the majority of the things that we know about the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, how he brushed his teeth, how he dressed, how he slept, how he prayed at night, how he ate, how he drank, so on. All these hadiths are from Aisha radiallahu anha, because the Prophet spent the most time with her, and I'm not saying that the otherwise did not have any narrations from them, but most of the majority of them are from Aisha, because she's the youngest wife, I presume, and she was the one who lived the longest amongst them. In fact, we know that Aisha lived right up until the time of Muawiyah, even, right? Ibn Abi Sufyan radiallahu anhum, sorry. So she was still alive during the time of Muawiyah, the rule of Muawiyah. So she narrated. So that is why she narrate a lot of hadiths of her life with the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And the other wives, unfortunately, they passed away before that time, even before the time of Ali. Okay, even before the time of Uthman, most of them passed away. Okay. So Aisha was one of the few wives that I know of who survived right up until the time of Muawiyah. Yeah, I think she was the only one who survived. I think because she was the youngest wife, right? So she lived a bit longer than the rest of them. Yeah. So that is the reason why these Christians, they want to attack the historicity of Islam. They had to find the source of the person who's narrating these stories, and therefore, unfortunately, our mother of believers, Aisha radiallahu an, has become a target. Okay, and in fact, that to relate to this, I would say even the Shia, these disgusting people called the Shia, who disparage the Prophet's companions radiallahu an, and those who you know what they have done, and they too despise Aisha radiallahu an. Okay, so you'll find that there are Shia who actually attack Aisha and call her all sorts of names, which I'm not going to repeat here because this is our mother they are talking about. So yeah, curse be upon the Christians, and the curse of Allah be upon the Shia. Okay, so yeah, so I despise both groups. Yeah. Actually, in fact, I would say on a scale of me despising groups, I would say the Shia rates a bit higher than even the Christians, because Christians, when they curse the companions, the Prophet, Aisha radiallahu an, and Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, they don't know what they're doing most of the time. Okay, so we can actually excuse them for their ignorance. However, for the Shia, there's no excuse for them because they came to be Muslims, right? But they curse the Sahaba, they curse Aisha radiallahu an. So yeah, so they are even worse disbelievers than the Christians. You see, so yeah, I'm no friend of the Shia. Okay, I don't like the Shia at all. Yeah, but yeah, I don't get involved in two sectarian debates much, so I don't really bother with them. Okay, but we know what they believe and we disbelieve what they believe. Yeah, that's enough for me. Okay, so my job as an apologist is basically to deny the Christians. Okay. Okay, let me see. Brother Omar asked the question. I have another question in Sahih Bukhari 5590. It is said there are people who will turn into pigs and monkeys. Is it referring to sheep? Will the sheep turn into pigs and monkeys? Yeah, let me Google the hadith for you because I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm sorry, Bukhari. I'm not a hadith scholar, but doesn't take It doesn't take one to be a hadith scholar when you can, when you can read these things in English, right? When you need to have some common sense to understand hadith. You don't need to have the worst of interpretations to understand hadith. Okay. Narrated Abu Amir or Abu Malik al-Ashari, they heard the Prophet saying, among my followers, there will be some people who will be considered illegal sexual intercourse, the wearing of silk, the drinking of alcoholic drinks, and the use of musical instruments as lawful. And there will be some people who will stay near the side of the mountain, and in the evening the shepherd will come to them with the sheep and ask them for something, but they, meaning the people, will say to them, return to us tomorrow. Allah will destroy them during the night, and we will let the mountain fall, and he will transform the rest of them into. Now, I think it refers to the people. It doesn't refer to the sheep. Yeah, the sheep is excluded from this. Okay, and they will remain so till the day of resurrection. Okay, yeah. I think this hadith is quite straightforward. Okay. I don't think this event has happened yet. So, because I don't recall any people who have stayed near the side of the mountain and said these things. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I think this is probably a future event. This is a future event. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. At least from what I understand it. Yeah. So it hasn't happened yet. Yeah. How do we understand this hadith? Well, I'm not a scholar of hadith, so you probably need to if you want a deeper understanding, I mean, instead of a literal understanding, then I guess you will need to ask a hadith scholar. But from my understanding, this is a future event. Yeah. And yeah, they all transforming them into monkeys and pigs, it doesn't refer to the sheep, at least from what I understand in the context. Yeah, that's my reading of it. But I could be wrong. Don't take my word for it because I'm not a hadith scholar. If you want a deeper meaning, a deeper understanding, then of course, obviously go to a scholar. Okay. Don't go to me. I'm just an apologist. Okay. My role is to defend Islam, not to do tarjih of hadith. Right? Yeah. The hadith is in fact very long. Yep, it is indeed. It is indeed. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Okay, so the live stream has been going on for about 1 hour and 52 minutes. 2 viewers now. Just at one point, 3 viewers now. At one point, it went up to 8 viewers. Okay. I'm not sure why it went down to just 3 now, but yeah, I mean, I'm fine with it. I'm actually feeling a bit lethargic right now because or maybe I'm just anxious to end the stream so that I can move on with the rest of the day. Yeah, sorry that I can't spend too much time on the live stream because I just want to do something else. 5 people has joined the stream, mashallah. Yeah, but yeah, I'm not opening any live streams today, folks, so I'm sorry about that because I just want to have some me time. I'm just here because I just want to say hi, and yeah, if there are any questions, of course I will try to answer them to the best of my ability, but I'm not bringing anyone on stream unless if someone wants to change my mind, which I don't think anyone has. So yeah, so I think I'm going to end the stream soon. Yeah, I think but yeah, thank you very much for coming on, most of you. Okay, I do appreciate your presence, and yeah, perhaps in the next live stream I will of course open it up. Yeah, the next live stream is not scheduled until I think on the 12th. Yeah, I've already pushed that to the 12th, I think. Yeah, it will be on the 12th of October. Yeah, which I hope that inshallah I would recover from the lethargy and of the hecticness of being on stream every week. And yeah, see, even Ramzi these days, I noticed that Ramzi from Dawa over Dunya, I noticed that he hasn't been doing like weekly live streams anymore. I think he's also feeling the lethargy of feeling the tiredness of having to do weekly live streams. I mean, I used to do like weekly live streams, you recall, but these days I realized that I have other things to do, and if I were to do the weekly live streams, that would take up a lot of my personal time. So I have no choice but to cut down on that. But yeah, I will try to do regular live streaming, and I think once every 2 weeks is fine. Okay, I don't think I want to do this every week even. Okay, or even weekly is also not something on the cards, unfortunately. I just can't cope with that. I have a life outside the internet. I'm not an influencer, by social media influencer by any means. I'm not a public figure. I'm just your ordinary Joe who makes a living day by day, and in my spare time I become an apologist, obviously. But other than that, I really have no intention whatsoever to do live streaming every day or every week. It's too taxing. Yeah, I think the word I was looking for is taxing. Yeah, it's just too taxing on me to be doing this every week or even every day or even every week. Yeah, I just can't. Okay, maybe age is coming up with me, catching up with me. Okay. Maybe another time could you refute that video? Which video, Aki? I think I presume you're talking about the channel that you mentioned. Yeah, inshallah I will. Right? I will. Okay. I will take a look at your minute video. Was it minute video channel? Yeah, I will check it out. Inshallah. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's all for me. And I hope that you have enjoyed watching my live stream. Okay. For anything else, just look at my videos that I currently have on my channel. If you have any questions for that specific video, you can just leave a comment on that particular video, and hopefully I will respond. Okay. If you have any suggestions for new videos, you can email me. The email is actually in my about page of the channel, and yeah, and you can also ask me any questions. If you have any questions, you can actually ask me in my next session. Okay, inshallah, which would be 2 weeks from now. Hopefully 2 weeks from now. If I feel that it's going to be too taxing on me, then I will probably schedule it a week later. Okay, so let's see whether I can do it on the 12th. But if I can't, then I will change the date. No worries. Yeah, okay. Because I find it to be too tiring to be doing this weekly or weekly. Yeah. Even 2 weeks a month sounds tiring. Sounds sounds taxing. Okay, because like I said, I have a life outside of the internet. So I just want to enjoy life too. I don't want to be concerned with people like Botak Shamu, Botak Hasamo, which the white beater, which makes your brain want to which makes your brain die of certain cells. Okay, brain cells dead. Yeah, cause my brain cells to die. Yeah, so to get away from these people is actually a blessing, because then I can read my books and enjoy my books and gain knowledge from it, inshallah, and enjoy my action figures. Take a look there. I have some action figures there which I collect and enjoy. I enjoy action figures. It's my hobby. And yeah, I want to enjoy my hobbies. I want to enjoy life too. Okay. In Islam, there's nothing which prevents you from enjoying life. Okay. So as long as you don't forget Allah and His Messenger, and I hopefully I have not done so. So yeah, inshallah, I will always remember Allah and His Messenger. So as long as you are within the confines of Islam, then I think it shouldn't be a problem, inshallah. Yeah, for a lack of a better description of what I'm feeling right now. Oh, okay. So yeah, I think I'm going to have to end the stream now. Really sorry if I disappoint anyone, and I'm not bringing anyone on. I'm really sorry for that as well, because I just feel too lethargic and too taxing to be bringing anyone on, because if I start bringing people on, then people will start rambling on the channel, and I have to listen to them, and I have to respond to them, and then I bring more people on, and then more people will be talking on the channel, and then more listening. Of course, I have to do that, and yeah, that will just be. It's just quite tiring at this stage to be even thinking of doing that now. Okay, I'm feeling. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just feel too taxing. Yeah, it's just too taxing, because I've already done that for the past 2 weeks. So yeah, I think I need a break. I think I'm just tired of the internet, I guess. Although I want to release some new videos, and I will release some new videos, but I'm taking my time to do so. I want to release some videos that I had certain things that I said during the debate I had with Apusi and Go Logic, yeah, Dog Logic. So I'm going to edit some of the things that I said on during the debate and upload it on my channel. Okay, I think I said some stuff which really cornered them, which they, of course, they don't highlight that on their channels. They highlighted other aspects of my debate which I will also put on my channel to clarify what I mean, because they took my statements out of context as usual. Not surprising, because remember, Philippians chapter 1 verse 18. Yeah, you have to keep that in mind. So slandering and lying against Islam for the glory of Christ is permissible in Christianity. Keep that in mind. Okay. So yeah, the 2-hour mark has been reached. Okay, this would probably be one of my longest streams. I have had a stream before which lasted about 3 hours. So 2 hours is like, wow, it's quite a lengthy live stream. Okay, but anyway, thank you very much for watching the live stream. I'm going to end it soon. Okay. Any last words? Anyone wants to leave any last words? No, I don't think so. If you have anything you want to say before I go, please leave it in the chat. If not, then I guess I'll just end it now. But I do thank my 4 viewers who are watching this live stream right now. And the live stream has been going on for about 2 hours and 1 minute, meaning that I've been talking to myself for the past 2 hours and 1 minute. I hope I haven't been talking to myself. I hope there are people out there who has been listening to what I've said, and I hope that whatever I've said has been beneficial for you, inshallah. And I hope I've explained most of the polemics against Islam. Okay. And yeah. Any last words, Brother Omar? So your Brother Omar says it's been a pleasure. Yeah, it's been a pleasure to have you on my chat, in my chat box, inshallah. And hopefully you will come on to my live stream in the next section. The next session, inshallah. Would love to see you coming onto my live stream. I haven't seen you coming on onto my live stream for quite a while now. Hopefully you will join me in the next live, which would be about 2 weeks from now. Yeah, and I'm also thinking of releasing. Speaking of which, I'm also thinking of releasing members or members only videos. Meaning these videos have to be can only be accessed by paid members only. So I'm thinking of releasing certain videos which can only be viewed by paid members. So I'm looking into that, because I need to basically apologetics need money. I'll be frank. And with my paycheck, it's enough to feed me and my family, but probably not enough to maintain my apologetics. So I probably will need people to come on and be a member and contribute at the very least to my work. Hopefully, yeah, it's not to enrich me or to enable me to buy a yacht. Okay, but the money that you gave me, okay, to be a member, to become a member, and to enjoy these members only videos will be used to buy more books and to maintain apologetics. That's all. Yeah, I mean, you can't be rich by doing this. Okay, I'm not like the psychopath who set up a donation page asking for 20K US dollars, but then he suddenly received 200,000 US dollars. Yeah. So if 20K has been used, then what happened to the 180K? Nobody asked that question. I think I'm the only apologist who have been asking that question. Nobody else seems to know what happened to the 180K. Because you see, he created a donation page after his son died. His Terencat Akal son died, and asked for money, begged for money for his son's funeral for 20K. But the thing is, at the end of the campaign, he received 200K. So assuming that he was telling the truth, which I don't believe so, but let's assume that he's telling the truth and that he did use 20K for the funeral of his dead Terencat Akal son, then what happened to the 180K? Simple mathematics, right? So not been explained until today what he did with the money. Shouldn't he be, if he wanted to use that money, shouldn't he because these are public donations, right? So he should clarify and make it public on what he did with the 180K, but he has not done so. You see, so maybe he bought a yacht with 180K. Who knows? Because yeah. Anyway, I'll leave you at this. I'll end it with this, and yeah, thank you for watching this live stream. Hopefully, I'll see you again in the future live stream. I do appreciate your presence here. If you like my video, please like the video. If you want to share this video, please do share it to your family and friends and those who may not know of this channel but would like to know of such things. Please do share the channel. And yeah, please tell everyone about this channel. This will actually help me in the long run. And yeah, hopefully more people will come to know apologetics and know the lies of Christianity and how we can refute them. Okay. And how we can defend Islam from their lies as well, inshallah. And yeah, and with that, I thank you again, and assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Until we meet again.